Warning: sensitive images.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
รายการของเรามีให้หลายภาษาโปรดดู suprememastertv.com/schedule และ suprememastertv.com/ve
I do believe that we will look back with horror at what we do to our animals in terms of how we keep them, treat them, exploit them, wear them, eat them. As evolution carries on, I'm sure that those things will be looked on with horror.
Continue watching to find out more.
Breaking the chains of meat eating has brought about a profound feeling of spiritual freedom and greater sense of peace and harmony with the rest of creation. The Reverend Father Donatello Iocco, vegan.
Respected viewers, Tanish olmak dan mamnunam means nice to meet you in Azerbaijani, the official language of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. I am Fuzaid. The cheerful people of Nakhchivan, a landlocked enclave of the Republic of Azerbaijan, celebrate your love and compassion for all beings on earth. Welcome to the first episode of our show entitled Carol Royle, Vegan, a leading lady for animal people rights.
And you were right. We were far too young to marry.
He just wanted me to do what I was told. I was speaking about you to my brother.
Carol Royle is a renowned British actress and producer, perhaps best known for her roles as Jenny Russell in the BBC series Life Without George and Lady Patricia Brewster in the ITV series Heartbeat. At the 2021 La Femme International Film Festival, Miss Royle was awarded Best Actress for her portrayal of Prudence in the short film Put Away.
Dylan, I ran out of tears.
During Carol's successful acting career, she has performed in television, theatre and film. We asked Miss Royle in which medium she most enjoys performing.
Do you want to tell me about the baby in the pram?
He was outside, all on his own, poor little thing.
And I've done a lot of television and I've done a lot of theatre. And I love them both. There's nothing quite like coming off stage and feeling that you've got hold of the audience and that they're with you. There's nothing quite like that because there's a lot of adrenaline that's used on stage, you know. And you use your whole self. You use all your energy. If the theatre is a big one, like some of the theatres that I've been in, you can go big. And then, of course, television is using precisely your same talent, but it has to be much, much smaller. because you've got close-ups and you're really talking very quietly to your people. So both of them are fascinating and great to do, but I do say that there's nothing quite as exhilarating as having come off stage, having felt that you did your best.
In addition to her career as an actress, Carol, a longtime vegan, has been a tireless advocate for the rights of animal people. While performing, she refused to wear animal people fur or shoes made from leather, insisting that these be replaced with vegan alternatives. She also supplied her own makeup to make sure all products were vegan. In addition, whenever meals were provided to cast members, she insisted that hers be plant-based.
If you're filming somewhere, and certainly if you're on location, you have location caterers. And they always used to have vegetarian option, and they now have vegan options, and they're usually very good. In fact, so good that the rest of the crew and actors usually gobble them all up. And you think, why didn't they make it for everybody?
Celebrities can have a significant influence in raising awareness about the vegan lifestyle. For example, Joaquin Phoenix spoke about veganism during his Academy Award acceptance speech. Carol humbly talks about her own role in raising awareness.
When you become a very famous star and you can really do things like open restaurants and like Billie Eilish did say, it's only going to be vegan in my concerts, then that's brilliant. But I could never do that. But what is great is that you know you're part of an army, and that army is what is making the progress and making the changes. And you're just, you're a cog as part of the machinery that's driving that on. So it's fantastic that all this is happening and one's been a small part of it.
Carol Royle's personal plant-based journey began while she was a young drama school student. Upon arriving home from school one evening, she joined her father, who was watching the late-night news on television.
The news was of this farmer shooting these calves between the eyes and throwing them, still moving about onto this huge pile of calves. And I was appalled, and I said to my father there and then, I am never going to eat meat again. That's it. I'm absolutely finished with it. Look what they're doing. And I haven't eaten meat from that day. That was in 1973.
After adopting a vegetarian lifestyle, Carol soon became aware of other forms of cruelty towards animal people and immediately began advocating for their rights.
When you open a Pandora's box like that, you become aware of so many other things. And so I became aware of factory farming, I became aware of vivisection, the total exploitation in wearing fur and leather. The whole load of stuff has suddenly started to become apparent to me. I remember putting up a petition on the drama school notice board to try to help animals in some way.
Over the years, Miss Royle realised that she must be persistent in encouraging others to adopt the plant-based lifestyle.
The problem is that people have their points of view, usually because that's the way they've been brought up. And they could be based on all sorts of things, tradition being the main one. Of course, religion and politics come into it too. But trying to change somebody's mind about something that they, their parents, and probably every generation for hundreds of years back have done, it's a pretty impossible thing to do. So it has to be like little drops of water, going on a rock. It's the little drops of water that finally make that dent in the rock. You can't do it with a great big pillar. You've got to just little drops of water, and that is the only way that you can change things.
Want to save the planet? Choose vegan.
We'll take a moment to thank the celebrities who use their fame as a tool to promote the vegan lifestyle. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show. Carol Royle, vegan, a leading lady for animal people rights. Miss Royle raised her son, Taran, and daughter, Talitha, as vegetarians right from birth.
My son is 38 now, my daughter is just about to be 27, and they've never eaten meat or fish in their lives. My daughter is a staunch vegan now. My son, he's always been a vegetarian. And what's interesting is that people look at them and go, wow, you've never eaten it? They might know people who've decided to change it because it's a fad, or they've done it because it's health, or they've done it because it's convenient. There's a vegan restaurant here. But they haven't done it because it's actually almost a kind of religion, where it would be the antithesis for you to do such a thing. And my children are like that.
Although they were raised as pure vegetarians, Carol took the opportunity to inform her children where animal people meat came from.
I remember the first time I introduced Taran to the whole concept of meat eating. We used to go and shop in a place called Hansa, because it was all veggie or vegan. And to get to this rather magnificent place, you had to drive along, quite a long drive, and there were cows grazing in the field on the left. And I saw a moment that I could introduce Taran to the subject. I can't remember how old he was, but he was a toddler. He was little. And I parked the car, and we got out, and we started chatting to the cows. And I said to him, people eat these, Tarani. He said, eat them? How? And I said, well, they kill them, I'm afraid. And that's how. I didn't want to make it horrible and terrifying, but it was planting the seed, and I did the same thing with Tally.
Miss Royle states on her website that her primary philosophy for life is, do unto others as you would have done to yourself. In accordance with this philosophy, she taught her children that animal people must never be used or abused.
We never went to zoos. And we never went to any circuses that had animals. And we never went to those petting farms where you go, oh, look, aren't they sweet? And you take a bottle and feed the lamb. And then you go to the cafe and you have bacon sandwich or something. Didn't do any of that. And without being macabre or dwelling on it, I just was truthful with the children from the beginning. And I believe fervently that if that was the way we all handled it, we would have an entire generation of children who didn't want to eat animals.
Carol Royle believes that in the future, humans will feel deep remorse about their treatment of animal people.
I do believe that we will look back with horror at what we do to our animals in terms of how we keep them, treat them, exploit them, wear them, eat them. I believe that that will be one of the things that we will look back on in the same way as we look back on, the atrocities of the past. I mean, bullfighting, it's like something from, the dark ages. You can't believe that civilized people carry out things like this. It's beyond my understanding. As evolution carries on, I'm sure that those things will be looked on with horror.
Many thanks, Carol Royle, for your tireless work to protect the lives of the innocent, helpless animal people. May you be blessed abundantly for all your noble endeavours. For more information about Carol Royle, please visit carolroyle.co.uk.
Vegan, you can do it. It's easy.
Loving viewers, it has been a pleasure to have your presence for today's program. Please join us again next week on Thursday, February 9th, for the concluding episode of this show. May all beings soon live in peace and harmony in a glorious vegan world.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VE.